Alright guys, so here we are for part 2 of the alphabet video, and in this one I want to point out some things to you that you'll want to know about the alphabet, some tips and stuff like that. So let's get right to it. First off, with the vowels, you know when you're a little kid and you learned A, E, I, O, U and sometimes Y maybe in school, just to help you remember the vowels, I suggest do the same thing with the A, E, I, O, U in Spanish and just repeat to yourself A, E, O, U. A, E, O, U. Do that several times and then you'll get those vowels down. Because the vowels can be tricky just because the letter E in English is A in Spanish and the letter I in English is E in Spanish. So those two especially can get kind of hard to remember. I'm just going to point out some things to you as we go along here. I'm not going to talk about all of the letters. I will point out to you that next to each letter I added the phonetic pronunciation for each one. So like for the letter A there I have A because that's the phonetic pronunciation, and the letter B I have B because that's the pronunciation as well. It can be helpful to think of words that you've already learned that if you're having trouble remembering how to pronounce certain things. So like maybe you forget how to say the A in Spanish, just think of adios or taco, which both have that ah sound. So with the B, I do want to point out that the letter B and V are both the same sounds in Spanish. There isn't any difference. So what happens is there are a couple ways you can distinguish between them. I'll get to the V towards the end, but for B, if I want to say, maybe I'm spelling something to someone, so if you look in the left on the screen there where you see those four little words, bota and bota, those words are pronounced the same. So if someone wants to spell it to you to distinguish the B from the V, they'll say B grande or B larga. And then those other two words are both the B and the V are pronounced kind of similarly to a V in English. So dava and lava, they're going to have that same sound. So again, to distinguish between the two, we have B grande, B larga for B, and we'll see what the V is when we get towards the end there. The letters C or se can make both a k and a s sound in Spanish, depending on what vowel or letter comes after it. So if it's followed by an O, A, or a U, it'll make that hard k sound. And if it's followed by an I or an E, it'll make a s sound. There used to be a letter in the Spanish alphabet, which was the che, the CH. I just want to point out to you that it used to exist as its own letter, but that CH does make a ch sound in Spanish, always, never a k sound like it can in English. D is de, E is a, F-A. G is kind of hard to say. It's almost like you're saying the word in English, hey, while trying to spit at the same time, hey. And kind of like the C can have a couple different sounds. So the G can be a G sound like gorilla, and a hey sound like in gente for people. H is H, and yes, it is silent. That's why I have the H crossed off in those two words. Hola, hasta la vista. I is E, J is jota, and it makes like a sound, kind of similar to an English H. K is primarily going to be seen in foreign words, and it's a ka. So I gave you a couple words, koala, and the famous Mexican painter Frida Kahlo. L. There used to be a Spanish letter in the alphabet, which was the double L, the eye, and that makes similar to a Y sound of English. So you might see that in the word quesadilla, has a double L in it. So you've probably heard and seen that before. M, N, Enye, that's not something you'll see in the English alphabet, but it kind of makes it similar to the NY in canyon, like that ny sound, Enye. O, P, Q. I want to point out to you that if you're having trouble with the vowels, the word quesadilla can actually help you out quite a bit because it has the letter E, K, right, which sounds like an A, has two A's, quesadilla, and also has an I, E. So that actually helps you out with 3 of the 5 vowels. R is R. That R sound that you hear is similar to kind of like the tongue movement in the word ladder. If you say ladder, 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 that kind of flip of the tongue on the top of your roof is similar to the R sound. Just practice that a lot and you'll get it down eventually. There used to be a letter in the Spanish alphabet, the double R, with the doble R or R, and it just makes a longer R sound. So earlier you saw that in the word burro for donkey. S, T, U. So here's the V, B. Again, it's the same as the regular B, B. To distinguish, like I said earlier, Remember the B was a B grande or B larga, and then the V can be B de vaca, B chica, or B corta to help distinguish between B and V. W, this will be again primarily seen in foreign words, and some other ways other names it has are W, W, and I already said W. X is X, and it can make kind of a sound like Mexico or taxi, like the X sound, so it can be both in Spanish. The letter Y is Y, which literally means Greek eye, and it makes a Y sound. Some people call it a Y, or I'm sorry, a Y instead of a Y. And then Z is Zeta, and Z sounds like an S, like a S sound. So like the word that you've probably heard in English, plaza, we say plaza in English. It's actually pronounced plaza with a S sound. Si tienes preguntas, escríbelas en la sección de comentarios. Gracias por mirar. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section. Otherwise, thanks for watching. This presentation is available to you in the description of the video, as well as part 1 of this alphabet series. Again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Hasta luego.